What's up, everybody? Thank you for watching, subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing, doing all the YouTube things that make YouTube such a spectacular place. Moa here with a brand new video series that I think you're going to like, and that is, drumroll please. Alright, well, you probably already know what it is since you saw it in the title and you clicked on it and you're watching. It is Magic the Gathering Arena free-to-play video series. Now, you may be thinking, well, Moa, why are you going to make another MTGA free-to-play series when tons of YouTube channels already offer free-to-play content? And that is a good question, and the answer is simple. It's because I wanted to document the journey, okay? I wanted to start building an account right here from day one and go from 0 to infinite, where we start with nothing, we spend nothing, put in the blood, sweat, and tears, and end up with a full account with every single card in it, with all the rare, wild, uncommon cards, gems, gold, all that stuff. And it begins right here today. So I'm going to start with some bad news, and that is I've been having horrible microphone issues, and I lost all my voice recordings. So I'm going to have to manually do voiceovers for the first few videos, because I lost the footage. The mic was working, and then all of a sudden it wasn't working, and I got a few days in and didn't realize. So that's a bit of a bummer, but we'll see. I think going over all this and rewatching it will actually lead to some interesting moments where I get to critique my play, and instead of commenting live, at the time of the play, I can look back and determine whether I think my play was good, bad, whatever. So should add an interesting layer to what I think will already be a pretty fun interesting video series. So yeah, starting right now, literally building the account in front of you from day one. And the first thing I realized is, holy cow, there's a lot of tutorials to go through. I didn't realize this because it's probably been, say, 3+ years, maybe longer, since I built my original account. So I don't remember going through all this. Maybe it's changed. Maybe it's always been like this. But they started, so yeah, as you can see right here, they started with just the basics of how to play Magic. And as near as I could tell, there was like no way to get around this or click through this or anything. So unfortunately, I had to go through all this. And this first day's worth of videos was something like over 3-4 hours that I had to, that it took me. So, and that was, I stopped and I was able to, I didn't go through it straight. I stopped and took breaks and stuff, but we're going to edit a lot of the tutorials out, and we're just going to leave, we're just going to get to real matches and stuff. So yeah, so as you can see, this is funny because it's just like literally teaching me how to attack and everything, and just, yeah. So anyway, we're going to get through this game, which I think doesn't take very long. Okay, so we're just going to speed through this real quick, and we'll be right back at the end of the game. Okay, so that'll give you an idea, kind of like what I had to go through. So it's basically a bunch of that, where they set the game up for you to win it if you play correctly. And it's all pretty intuitive and self-explanatory, so let's run through the next of these real quick. There's 4 more to get to the end, and then we can start the color challenge. Okay, so once you get through those, then they give you all the new decks. All monocolored decks, I guess. And then those are the decks you're going to take to the color challenge. So we're going to start with the white. You have to go through all of them until you get to the end, and then you finally, at that level 5, get a real opponent. So now real quick, I'm going to run through all those. And we'll be right back at the end with an actual real live opponent. Okay, so here we are at the end of the white color challenge with our first real live opponent. And unfortunately, spoiler alert, this wasn't much of a game, as the opponent really didn't do anything. We just kind of ran him over. So I had a good opening hand. I mean, such as it is, given what this deck is, right? So we got one drop and a multiple two drops and a four drop. So pretty good. Um, Decide to play the Orator before the Priest. I think that makes sense, obviously. Opponent places one drop on turn two, right on time. And then, like I said, we have our choice of just multiple different two drops to play. So play another Orator. Don't care if he wants a trade here. Although, honestly, I probably shouldn't have even offered this trade. That didn't matter because he didn't block anyway. Now we're up to 23, and then yeah, I don't know, opponent. So what I've noticed throughout the series is that well, you're free to play. You're still seem to be constantly playing opponents that are also free to play. This is something that I'll notice time and time again, where even like through rank play and stuff, you'll see that that we're not playing the normal quality of opponent. I don't know how the matchmaking works, if they know like how new players are and that's what they're matched up, if they're free to play matched up or whatever, but not really sure. Okay, so we draw a land. Obviously gonna play the war leader here because I'm still not worried about them blocking. If they had a big creature, I'd probably pacifism it, but and the priest is gonna be huge when it comes down. And again, I offer up a trade of the cat, which I don't know if I should be doing with the priest on deck, because if they block and trade, then they won't get us life. Opponent just chump blocks already, so clearly this, doesn't have much going on. Got a handful of cards, but probably nothing he can play. I don't know if he's got expensive cards or double red cards or whatever. But then we play priest plus pacifism is just enough to like absolutely blow him out. I don't remember what he plays on this turn. Thinking. Opponent is thinking. Like, okay, whatever, get in there. That's fine. Knocks us all the way down to 22. Like I said, we just grow a gigantic priest. I mean, I suppose it makes sense that opponent didn't trade for the cat earlier, but now that we're happy didn't get in there because they can't block, and priest just gets insane. I think it's like 9/9 after one turn of playing it or something. And yeah, that's going to be good enough to get us into the win column. Undefeated. How long will the undefeated run last? Will we ever lose a game? Who knows? Spoiler alert, we will. But yeah, so that, again, a bit anticlimactic. Opponent didn't do much, but, we'll take it. And after this, we got to go back into the blue challenge and then run through all those. So we'll be right back after that. All right, thank you. Alright, game 2 at the end of the blue color challenge against our second real opponent. And our opening hand is not spectacular, but I do have a bunch of lands and a scry from the wall, so I decided to keep. So opponent's on mono green, or at least on forest. I decided to keep the stupid 1-3 on top because I really have nothing else going on, so I can go, turn 2, 1-3, turn 3, water not his creature if he plays one of it. Because those decks tend to run a lot of multiple elves. There's 2 different 1/1s that produce mana, 2 mana 1/1s from the green that you get from the green free decks. So we lock down his 4-2. Get in there with the 1-3. All right, 20 turn clock. Yeah, this is bad for us. Opponent drops Colossal Majesty when we have nothing going on the board. And that's how you see that lockdown effects can sometimes be much worse than, just straight up removal. Because now his creature is locked down, but he gets to draw every turn with Colossal Majesty. So yeah, they have this guy, and then they have that. What is the other one? Carry at it or something? So yeah, still nothing going on for me. Can't really play anything. Just decide to bounces 1/1, get in there. They also run that 1/1 that if you have a creature 4 or more, it taps for 1, or if you have a creature power 4 or greater, taps for 2. I don't know if this opponent plays that one, but they have that in the green decks and the green-red decks. This seems to be just mono-green because I don't remember that he played any other stuff other than that. You need to draw something here because the 1-3 and the 0-4 are not going to get it done. Yeah, it kills our 1-3. I guess he's tired of the 20 turn clock. Hey, it did get a 3 damage, right? So. Draw another. Kind of curious as to why I didn't unsummon the 1/1 the elf again. I don't know. I thought that was the play last turn. Maybe I just thought he would play something. Yeah, I guess I knew he'd tap out for a big creature, so decided to bounce. I'm sure I bounced that, right? Yeah, it's kind of weird that I'm not sure why I didn't bounce that, but I guess because it didn't get through the wall. It doesn't get through my wall. I'm not sure why he wasted his Rabid Bite, but opponent's not gonna make the best plays when you're in the free-to-play section and you're on the second your second match ever. So he does suit up that thing and make it, what is it, an 8/8, so. Yeah, I think I briefly considered jumping here, but just realized that, of course, I'm just going to unsummon it, and we'll take 8, but after that, we'll just have it locked down. Or shut down by the wall, I should say. Warden of Evos Isle here, actually pretty good, because I can't cast my big guy, so. Almost acts as an island that flies, kind of, because it reduces the cost. Yep, decide to bounce that. So yeah, opponent continuing to go off with a colossal majesty, but if he doesn't have anything to play, yeah, and he's just dead. He's just basically dead to the flyers. That's the one Ilson carry at it. They can just bounce it with my flyer, and yeah, he's just dead next turn or asleep. Which, honestly, I can block that 10/10 for days with my board, so it didn't really matter. Yeah, but it just couldn't do anything really about our flyers, so we are going to improve to 2-0. And again, not the most skilled game of Magic against the most quality opponents with the most quality decks, but again, we will take it. Plays more ground creatures, can't really do anything. I decided to flex and like a tool, play out all my spells, and all I had to really do was just attack in the air. But yeah, why not? Get in there, show him who's boss, assert dominance. Okay, well, that was another one that really opponent never got off the ground and did much, and despite the fact that we had a slow, clunky hand, we got there. All right, let's get to some more color challenges. Okay, we're here for our third real life opponent at the end of the black color challenge. And this game, let me see if I remember what happened here. Yeah, our hand is not amazing, but I remember kind of hoping that he had like some small creatures because that would make it the best possible matchup for our not amazing opening hand. So yeah, remember that he played just tons of tap lands. Like he had all the tapped life gain lands. So against an opponent that isn't doing anything, I mean, this isn't the worst start whatsoever. Yeah, and this is perfect. So what I remember from this game, like I said, was that our spells lined up perfectly with what he is. That's what I remember. That's how this played out. That cruel cut works out perfectly. This guy's only 2/2. Grows our creature. Yeah, and he plays another 1 toughness creature. And then, so I remember this, right? I remember thinking that. So I go into the tank a little bit here because you want to carve out and use all your mana. So Skeleton Archer seems like the play, and it probably is the play, but I think what I decided was that he had so many 1 toughness creatures that I decided to just play my 2 drop, and then I could either use the Cruel Cut if he had a 2 toughness creature or a 2 power creature, or if he played a 2 toughness creature or 1 toughness creature, I could just play Skeleton Archer, and that's exactly what happened. And this game really worked out really well, and I think he scooped after I killed another one of his creatures. I think he just instantly gave up. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, we're cooking with gas, baby. 3-0. All right, let's get through our final color challenge. All right, here we are for our fourth opponent, and I think I misspoke and said that was our final color challenge, but it's not because we haven't done the green one yet. So this game was not amazing. So 4 lands in our opening hand, or 4 lands after that. Draw another land, and then I make the worst play I've made so far on camera, not playing my haster before attack, and I realize it. And I was like, oh, that's bad. But he had a way to kill it. So this is interesting, right? So he had a way to kill it anyway, but then he didn't kill it. He killed the other creature, which I didn't really get why he did that, but there must be a reason. I mean, had I played it before attack, I guess I would have got 1 more damage in. I don't know if he would have killed that, but yeah, that was kind of strange. Here I make kind of another not great play. So I feel like instead of shocking it, what I should do is attack and then... Yeah, what I should do is attack and then offer a trade and try to use the combat trick. But I don't, and then I use the combat trick anyway. So I should have attacked first. Scry away Burn Bright, because that's not going to help. Hoping to find something other than lands. And then, what's he play here? Yeah, for some reason I accidentally set an upkeep stop. Not sure where that was. And then our fate is basically sealed when I draw yet another land. And I'm just confined to losing this game. I mean, he only has 3 cards in hand and not that much board presence, so it's certainly possible. But yeah, he's doing to me what I did to the last opponent in that skeleton archer and getting in there with the, what is that thing? That grows bigger. Yeah, so this was, yeah, another land off the top. Very nice. So yeah, we're going to take our first loss here. Nothing we can do about it. I mean, definitely played not very well, but it didn't end up mattering in any way because we just got absolutely run over. And then nice finish to the game. I draw a 7-drop. Which, the good news, I suppose, is that that can come right out on turn 7. So, yeah. Just like, play that. I guess my plan is play that next turn. Hope he doesn't have anything, but he's a mono-black player with a handful of cards, so... I'm thinking it's probably not going to be too long for this world. Yeah, I think, like, if I recall correctly, just instantly. Yeah. Alright. Well, sometimes that just happens. That's magic. Draw too many lands. Our first loss ever. And that's it for this. Let's move on to the green, the final color challenge. So finally we come to the end of the color challenge. Our 5th and final real life opponent with our mono green deck. And this looked like it was going to be an interesting and fun game. And this is an example of when keeping it real goes horribly wrong. So we get off to a great start, right? Opponent is going first. We are in the draw, but we have our carry added. And some big guys to play. is on red-green. We draw a guy, draw a 4/4 that can fight something. So we figured, really be looking good. He plays Caryatid. Then we play Caryatid. I think he plays Rada. And we have an awesome turn where we play a 4-drop into another Caryatid, and we're set up. We are set up with 2 fight cards next turn, and we are going to blow him out. Look at this board position we're in. Look at what we have. And we are going to blow him out and win this game easily. Right? I mean, what could go wrong? Oh, we even draw another Rabid White. I mean, just easy. So we play our fight guy and to kill Rada, and then we play Rabid Bite to kill. Well, I guess we can't. I guess we can't really kill his 5/5 anyway, now that I realize it, but either way, we're going to start by fighting against Rada and killing that. And then, this is where things go wrong. So we put our ability on the stack. And he responds with Ramp. And I remember right before that I sensed something was going on, so I checked to see if Rabid Bite is a sorcery, and unfortunately it is. So, yeah. So we do end up killing Rada, but we get blown out and we lose our guy. And then he has Bone Crusher Giant. He has legit cards in his deck. He has Bone Crusher Giant for a 4/2. Gets in with his 5/5. And then we have the Spider, which can't really do anything, so I decided at least to Rabid Bite. Kill his guy so he can't play anything huge or can't double spell next turn. And again, wait for it, wait for it, wait for it. He has another ram throw. It just completely blows us out. I was like, I should just concede. But the thing is, I do have big creatures, and I don't know what else he has. He may not have much else. I know he's got at least Bone Crusher Giant. Yeah, so he's got Bone Crusher and another Caryatid. Get him for 5. But yeah, so I decided to give another draw step or 2 and see what happens, because we're not just dead. I mean, we have outs, and you know, he does have a 5/5 that's just going to be a problem for us. But we have plenty of big creatures in our deck, so we'll see what happens. And we draw this horrible thing, which just does absolutely nothing. Because sometimes you need an overpriced 3/3 that does nothing. Yeah. So yeah, he develops his board and just destroys us. His attack here is very, very bad, by the way. He needs to get in, because he can pump the 1/1, so he needs to get in with all 3 of his big creatures. Like, what's the worst that happens? We trade one off? I mean, geez. That was, he gave us an extra, he basically gave us an extra turn here. Not very good. I have no cards in it. I can't do anything. I tried to decide to chump, rather. Yeah, I mean, he should be getting in with the Trampler and the Rampart guy. I don't know why. I think I was pointing this out in the original commentary, which, like I said, got lost. And then, of course, we draw a Forest. But, yeah, we were just blown out by Ram through twice. So, you know, started 3-0 and then lost the last 2. 5 games of not very interactive magic, and you know, I mean, it'll get better, the decks will get better, stuff like that, but the opponents will get better, cards will get better. But yeah, that was 5 not very thrilling games, but here we are. All right, so that's the end of the color challenge. And one of the things we always do is make sure we get our 4 wins every single day, because that's where the gold threshold ends. So you always want to get at least 4 wins. So that's what we will do every single day. So we decided to start playing some games until we get that 1 more win, because we only got 3. So here's our next opponent. We went back to the mono white deck. Okay. So our opening hand, opponent, we are on the draw. We have our Hallowed Priest plus Orator combo, so we keep. Then something interesting happens. We draw what appears to be the best possible draw for us, a 1-drop with lifelink to build into the priest. But then what I realize is I decide to play it to hold it till turn 3 and to build the priest extra. Knowing we're against mono green or at least a green deck, it's very unlikely the Charm Stray is going to get in next turn. I mean, not very unlikely, but somewhat unlikely. Although he would have certainly not blocked, so it would have gotten in and grown the priest. But I just thought it'd be easier to just grow the priest the next turn. Also, you may draw another Charm Stray, which would grow them. Though I guess that happens either way, so that's not really a big factor. But yeah, I decided to get the Orator down first and play the Charm Stray on turn 3 after the priest. And we'll see if it works in our favor or not. Not sure that was the most intuitive play, not sure it's right, but that's what I decided at the time. Kind of last minute type of thing. Opponent plays that dumb 3/3 that's in all our green decks. Just does nothing. I don't think I've ever played one and put counters on it from the other one in play. Maybe once in like this entire video series so far. Alright, opponent plays the 4/2 trample guy. Meanwhile, we've got more creatures and combat effects, and assuming they don't have one of those fight spells, I feel like the priest is very likely to just grow out of control. He immediately plays, what is that, Stony Strength on it? Not sure why, because it was already 4 power enough to trigger that. They carry at it anyway, so yeah, I'm not sure, but whatever. And he gets in for 3. I suppose blocking with the Charm Stray, I guess I didn't think of it at the time. I suppose that would have been an acceptable play to grow the priest. Not sure why I didn't do that. Yeah, I think about attacking, then I realize I could just double block and kill it. Even with my combat trick. Drops a 10/10. But I certainly feel like the priest could outgrow that 10/10. Maybe not immediately. Certainly not immediately, but yeah, so he attacks right into my trick. And the 3/3 can trade with the Stray and the 2/2. And it's good to get that 3/3 off the board too. Yeah, block, pump, so it survives. And then I'll get a counter from the life link from the Stray. So that'll go to 5/5. And yeah, awkward turn where I have nothing to do. We had that one earlier with the mono red deck where I had the 6-drop in hand and 5 lands in play, and it's like awkward. Or I think it was a 7-drop with 6 lands in play. And then note that the opponent draws the 3/3, and had we not traded the turn before, it would have 2 counters on it. Alright, he gets in with his 10-drop. Myra's 10/10, I should say. Now I have to choose between 6-drop to play. I guess the one that can attack. Well, no, I guess I decided to play the 1/4 first. So that if I draw a small creature, I can start to go off with the priest. Decide to attack with the priest. Because I'm not going to chump Because I'm not going to chump the 10-10. I'm not going to block the 10-10 with it, so might as well attack. They chump, which is strange, I think, at 20, but they have enough mana, so it's not like they need the elf. Alright, then opponent makes a strange attack here. Is this the turn he did this? Yeah, he attacks with his 3-3 with no cards in hand, nothing to bluff. That seems strange. I decided to take another 10. Knowing that green doesn't ever have any direct damage. So I'm not too worried. Yeah, continue to grow the priest, get in there. Really need to draw a small creature to get the benefit the lifelinking card draw. It would really be helpful. It would trigger both the order and the 1/4. Then opponent makes another strange attack that I just don't understand. I guess this is just a new player or something. But he just suicides 2 of his attackers for no reason. Don't get it. And then I really, really struggle with this. I went in the tank for a long time right here. So obviously you just play the angelic, whatever that thing is, on the 5/5, and you attack with both because he has to block one of them. Because you have a 10-10 and 7/7. He's at 13. He has to block one of them, which kills the creature. So yeah, it took me a long time. So I don't like putting that on. Oh, I guess it's +3+. I guess I have to do it that way. But yeah, this is the thing. So he can't take both attacks at being 13. So it takes me a long time to process this. I'm not sure why. I think about it. I'm like, wait, do I not attack? Do I attack? But yeah, the clear play is to attack with both. Leave the order back to chump the 10-10. He has to block with the 4/4. He's just dead. So that's going to die because both creatures are bigger than it. So yeah, I don't quite understand what I was saying. It took me a long time in real time to process this. But I remember being confused by this, but I'm not sure why. Yeah, he just has to trade here if he doesn't block. And then, yeah, and then I like good game him because I don't know. For some reason, I thought I messed up. I really, really didn't process that well. I thought I messed up or something, and I thought he was just going to block and then untap and attack me. But then I realized, I don't know. Watching back the game now seems super clear, but at the time I was very confused by this. But yeah, so if he doesn't draw anything here, he's dead to our flyers. And we have a chump. He could draw, what's the fight? One of the 2 fight cards that we've seen from the green deck so far, but he doesn't. He attacks and plays another weirdly timed Stony Strength. I want to call that card Stony Silence, but that's an old school card from way back. So yeah, he gets in there, but we just dead to our flyers. So yeah, that was an odd that it took me that long to process that, but yeah. So, all right, that's our 4th and final win for the day, which means we are done with day 1. So real quick, I do want to run through all the stuff we got from our first day. So we got our 4 wins. Got our gold, so we have no mythic rares yet. Mythic rare wild cards, but 2 regular rares. 4,000 some odd gold, no gems yet. We got some packs that I probably just opened. Yeah. Did I open these or no? I don't remember if I decided to open them or save them. And then, yeah, we got the multicolored. So what we got for our last one is that red-green deck. And see, we have some legit cards. We got the Terror of the Peaks. And obviously, supremely playable, that Bone Crusher Giant, of course. Rada is reasonable. We got one of the temples. These are cards that we're not going to bother to craft because they're going to rotate out of standards. So we're going to use our wild cards for... We're going to use our wild cards for the key cards from standard from Strixhaven and D&D. And then what we'll do is we'll start to go infinite with the draft, the first set after D&D. We can't draft D&D because we just simply won't build enough gold before then, but... So yeah, that's what we're doing, just running through everything real quick. Did I open the pack? Did I not open the pack? I don't remember. But yeah, just going through the collection, sorting by... Just showing you all the rares and everything I got. So again, that's something we're going to do. Not every single video, obviously, because there's some videos we just don't get anything. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, I appreciate it, and I want you to know I will be back tomorrow, and the plan is to record and post a video every single day to show you every day, grinding our 4 wins, building up our rares, our wild cards, all that stuff, and gold, and of course. So yeah, I mean, today was day 1. I think it went very well. We won 4 out of 6 games, got 4,000 gold, 2 wild cards, rare. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.